All right, folks, remember Democrats' repeated denials that critical race theory, the idea that America is and always has been a racist nation, is being taught in schools across the country. They deny all that. Well, despite those claims of denial, the superintendent of the largest school district in the state of Michigan admits they, in fact, definitely teach CRT. Watch.
Is deeply using critical race theory, especially in social studies, but you'll find it in English language arts and the other disciplines. We're very intentional about embedding critical race theory within our curriculum.
Embedding it in the curriculum. See the words he uses? Deeply using it in just about every subject he named. And they tell us it's a big Republican conspiracy theory, right? This admission actually comes after Michigan is now considering a bill to ban schools from teaching critical race theory. That school district will be in trouble. They'll have to redo everything if that goes through. I want to welcome in my panel now. Co-hosts of Chicks on the Right, Amy Jo Clark and Miriam Weaver are here. Amy Jo, Miriam, great to have you on the program. Miriam, let's start with you. Look, this is somewhat of an admission because we were told this is a big conspiracy theory on our behalf.
Yeah, I'm actually really confused about this because I have been reliably informed by Joy Ann Reid and Dana Bash, among others, that this is absolutely not happening. So this just makes no sense at all.
Right.
Well, I've also been informed by them that this new Omicron is going to kill everybody on Earth unless you get vaccinated. But here's the deal, Amy Jo. Don't believe the mainstream media, and I guess you should believe when administrators like this make an admission.
Yes. We're just dumb parents, right? We've been demonized now by the federal government because this is what they did, right? They weaponized the feds to go after parents who dared to question this stuff. And now we're finding out that it's in fact true. Oh my gosh, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
So speaking of the media and us not getting the real story, I know you ladies have heard what happened to Chris Cuomo over at CNN. His brother, Andrew Cuomo, the former governor of New York, under a host of allegations that he's facing. Apparently, he's been suspended from CNN indefinitely for working on behalf of his brother, texting reporters, texting his press secretary. Let me throw up, Miriam, one of the text exchanges between Chris Cuomo and the governor's press secretary. Chris Cuomo to Melissa DeRosa writes, called, I have a lead on the wedding girl. The wedding girl is one of the accusers of Governor Cuomo. So he's telling he's got a lead. And then he writes, you need to trust me, Liz and Jeff Moore, not these other people. We are making mistakes we can't afford. He talks about he should be giving up the talking points, not apparently the team inside the governor's mansion. Miriam, what do you make of all of this? And do you think the suspension indefinitely will hold?
Well, I don't understand why at this point it's a suspension that's indefinite. I don't know if it's with pay or without pay. I'm actually afraid that it's probably with pay, which makes this utterly meaningless. But the issue, too, is that I don't think anybody's surprised by this. This is the same station that employs Jeffrey Toobin, continues to employ him, even after, well, we all know what he did. And what's making this worse for me is that I'm hearing rumors that it could be Jim Acosta that actually steps into Cuomo's spot, which will actually make me miss Chris Cuomo.
Gross. See, now I'm thinking
Either
about
one of them are horrible.
And Acosta.
Yes.
Right. Why do you have to make me think about Toobin and Acosta? Why do you got to do that?
Amy Jo, here's my prediction. I don't think you're going to see Acosta go in there. I think you're going to see Chris Cuomo back in the seat. He'll come out with some big apology. He'll say, it's my brother. I come from a loyal Italian family. And bing, bang, boom, he's back. What do you think, Amy?
But see, you know what? I kind of agree with you because of the Toobin stuff. Because Toobin is so gross, and I'm so grossed out by that guy. But because he is so gross and he was able to stay on the air, I do feel like they, at CNN, it doesn't make them more full of integrity or anything to get rid of him because they do have Toobin there and they have forgiven so many other things. And they've done so many things in the past that showed a lack of integrity. So I feel like you're right, Grant. I feel like they could probably just bring him back on, have him, be off for a month, and people will forget about it. And the news cycle is so crazy now that people will forget about this, right?
That's how liberals seem to operate in all of these types of
Right.
scandals. They just give a little apology out there, and they're back at work, and everybody forgets about it. I know no one will forget about you two, though. Amy Jo Clark, Miriam Weaver, thank you both for coming on the program. As always, those are the chicks on the right. We're happy to have them. All right.